Hi YouTube, Jarl DM here with a part two of an adventure that we ran last week. This is going to be called Blood Moon. Last week, the adventurers got to the town of Hunter's Vigil, and they had a look around, and things were a little bit weird. People had been going missing and had been getting killed. And all they found was the head with the tongue and the eyes removed. The players did some investigation. They talked to a friendly baker who turned out not to be so friendly and who had poisoned two of them. Um, and they looked at a tree. They had a little bit of a chat with the town master, and eventually, one of them, thanks to the poison of the baker, was compelled to go to this tree and become a sacrifice. And they got there, they met some werewolves, and despite having seen a cabinet filled with silver weapons, they didn't take any of them, and so when they fought the werewolves, were unable to damage them. So two of the party were bitten and almost killed, and were dragged away into the forest to become werewolves themselves. So those players today are playing different characters. Um, so yeah, I'll have everyone introduce themselves and then their characters. We'll start with Bryant, please.
My character's name is Tiptoe. She is a human rogue, um, dark hair, very slender, kind of gruff looking. She basically her lot in life is she hates spellcasters, so she's considers herself as a mage slayer, and she's been tasked by somebody to perhaps or perhaps not assassinate somebody, and that's it.
Okay. Grant. All right. Dennis, do you want to go next?
I'm playing Neuro Carceri. He's a human assassin. Uh, he has cold gray eyes, pale skin, long black hair. He usually dresses in black and has a heavy cloak with a hood. Um, he is fond of using disguises and the darkness to get at his targets. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Nelson.
Hi, I'm Nelson from a different roleplay. I'll be playing Razortooth. He's a halfling who is shrouded in a furry cloak that's covered in spots, but the spot pattern is very unfamiliar, and the edges of the cloak are just lined with rows and rows of large teeth. He's very short, at only about 3 feet tall. He's lived in the woods alone for many years, and the strange happenings in the area has drawn his attention, and he's coming along to find out what's going on.
Okay. Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Fiawe, a human monk who was charged to guard an ancient relic, and the ancient relic called to him, and he couldn't resist its call. And when he touched it, he was basically transformed to a degree, put him through this elemental purification ritual, and he gained elemental powers. And he has been using those ever since. He is a bit scared of anything that's magic and glowing because of the pain that he had to go through. But he's also a little bit curious as well. Since arriving here in town, he has become convinced that there are vampires, and now he has seen for himself that there are werewolves, and he's a little bit freaked out.
So for anyone who missed it, Matt rolled a 1 in his investigation check, and so when he was looking at the werewolf tracks and markings, and so he was pretty convinced that they were vampires instead. Okay, Paul, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So I'm playing a human ranger named Ro. He's a scruffy-looking, red-haired, scruffy beard-looking guy. He's spent a lot of time being a guide, and but most of his time spent alone, and he's not really used to working with others. And whenever he does work with others, because he's always been a guide, he kind of treats those that he's working with like they're children. Um, he's trying to take care of them all the time, trying to make sure that they're doing what they need to do. Um, he's recently heard of some rumors of a vampire, and he does not like the undead. And he's going to go, he's come to the area to slay that vampire. But then when he heard of the sound of werewolves, he came to investigate, and he found this party.
Perfect. Okay, and Sam?
I'm Illidan. He is a druid of the land and a long-time adventurer, but it's the first time he's ever been called out on anything serious, so he's a bit excited about everything. He's not too familiar with people, as he mainly lives in the woods, but he's trying his best to get along with everybody.
Okay. Grant. Okay, so you guys have, well, some of you have been in town. I'm going to make the assumption that you guys met, and you've introduced yourselves, and the guys who were here before have filled the rest of them in on what happened. The town has obviously been up in some sort of state of alarm since the enormous werewolf lord was spotted, and there's been a strict curfew in place. The Rangers have started to build a wall of sorts, more of a fence really, around the town, and are trying to keep it safe from the monsters in the forest. You guys have been sleeping in the temple. The old man has been kind enough to let you stay there. And it's been maybe 3 or 4 days since the incident when the other guys were taken. So you are now, it's just about dawn. You see the old man get up to do his benedictions. He goes outside and greets the sun, except that it's still lashing rain. It hasn't stopped raining since you got here. So the sky is grey, gunmetal grey, very unpleasant. It's lashing rain. He's standing outside in the rain, welcoming the sun very loudly, and you guys are awakened by that. You're supposed to talk to the town master today, but first I guess you guys have to wake up.
Well, I'll rise after hearing his greeting to the sun, and after meditating for quite some time during the night, I feel a steely resolve come over me, and I will, for now, overcome the perpetual fear of vampires and werewolves that haunted me yesterday.
Waking up to join him, I start heading towards the door to greet the rain.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are able to go outside. I mean, it smells fresh at least. There's no kind of, it's that kind of that rainy smell that I really enjoy. But yeah, it's been raining solidly for as long as you've been here, which is nearly a week. And yeah, it's pretty unpleasant. The place is grim. The people look very frightened. They kind of shuffle from place to place, not staying outside long. It's raining, but you also get the impression that they just don't want to be out. Yeah, and you're meant to be talking to Town Master Farengar at some stage today.
So is anyone not awake?
Yeah, so Ro gets up and he's fresh and ready to go, and he starts kicking anyone who's not up yet. Like, come on, guys, time to go. Rise with the sun.
If you go to raise a tooth and kick him a bit, He lets out a small snarl. He's like, "Arr! Keep your feet on the ground."
Yeah, well, get up then.
You can't seem to find Tiptoe because she was up late on watch and hiding in the shadows, so really aren't aware of her presence yet.
Hmm.
When you go to kick uh, the form of Neuro in his bed, it's very soft and cushy, and if you pull the covers aside, you find that it's nobody is in there. It's just made to look like it, and he is also already outside as well.
Okay.
All right.
So the bakery that once graced this place with lovely food is now closed. They haven't replaced anybody. The apprentice is a little bit nervous of working in there after all the weird shit that was found. In the basement, they found a lot of weird markings, a bunch of tongues, and no one really wants to go in there. They're probably going to condemn the place and tear it down and build something else instead. So breakfast looks like to be some pretty hard rations: stale cheese, stale bread, and some very tough jerky is what you're going to be eating for breakfast.
Werewolf steaks,
Not
dried,
yet.
cured.
Feast of Champions. After a quick meal, I will head to the town hall. Hopefully, everyone will come along for the ride and see if we can find the leader of the town.
Well, I'm right along with him.
Sure.
Me too.
So I guess you guys all go along, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, following in my little short, weird, furry cloak.
I do have my notes around here somewhere that actually say who these people's names are.
Yeah. The town master is called Farengar. He is a stern but fair sort of leader. He leads a group of rangers that protect the town, or attempted to protect the town. Last time the people had told you that the town now is a little bit stricter than it was, but it's probably safer. And you also met Captain Randolph, who was an incredibly impressive fighter, who kicked the snot out of Fiarwe in a duel. And I think that's all the characters you met. So yeah, you're able to get to the town hall. Tiptoe's already there. She's standing there and she's talking with the town master, and you guys arrive, and I assume are a bit miffed that you look like you're late.
As a casual druid, I walk over and just kind of lean back in the nearest chair, not really caring.
So the town master kind of welcomes you, and he says, "Well, I guess sleeping in. It's like just past dawn." He's like, "Sleeping in is something you city folk do. It's barely past dawn. You haven't slept in really." But yeah, he tells you that he's going to require your help. That this werewolf threat is very concerning, and that he and his rangers need to stay here and protect the town. So he's going to ask you to do something very dangerous and very foolish, and that is to go into the forest and find this werewolf and take him out. And he says to do this, he will provide you with all of the magical arms of Swiftblade, who was the guy who founded this town, an ancient hero. And he points at the cabinet behind him, and it's filled with riches, like glowing silver swords, some incredibly fancy armor. There's like rings and a helmet, and it's just this whole treasure trove of magical gear. And he says you can share this out amongst yourselves. Anything you need, we can help you with, but we need to protect the town.
Nice.
Okay, well, being that he has offered these items, I will go and have a look, and I will just leave any weapons and armor right where it is. But if there is a ring, I'll grab that.
Yeah. So there are 2 rings. There's a helmet. There's a suit of armor. There's a great sword. There's a long sword. There's a long bow. There is also
Any rapiers or daggers by any chance?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, rapier. Let's go for
Right
that.
there, my swing blade. Mm-hmm.
Um, what armor did you say it was? What, like chest armor?
It's leather armor. It's a suit of leather armor.
So I'll leave everything and just slide on my ring.
Okay. Yeah, you got a ring last time.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would definitely need a weapon as a
Right.
rogue with some silver inlaid runes of awesomeness.
So you can see that there's like what would you say, a brace of daggers that you assume he used as throwing weapons, but they're perfectly functional as up-close weapons as well.
Is there another ring in the collection?
There is another ring, yes.
Yeah,
I'll be
I would
taking
like
that
to.
longbow.
What, the ring?
I'll be taking the longbow.
Sure.
I would want to take the ring and see what it could offer me.
Sure. He tells you like what most of the stuff does, or what he thinks it does. He hasn't ever worn it himself. He says all the weapons are silvered, obviously, because you need to hit those werewolves. And he was a great werewolf hunter. Was Swiftblade. There's a quiver of arrows there, and it's filled with silver arrows. And he takes an arrow out and he throws it on the ground, and another one appears. So he says, "This is endless silver arrows."
Nice.
He says the armor, from what the stories say, make you very, very resistant to werewolf attacks. Swiftblade had been bitten many times, but he never turned into a werewolf himself. So there must be something magical about the armor. There's a pair of gauntlets as well, and he says that those make you strike quicker than you can imagine. And there's a pair of boots, and they make you move very, very swiftly. There's also a helmet, which he says let Swiftblade see the werewolves way before they were on him.
I wouldn't mind having that helmet. As an archer, I have quite a long range. So, yeah, do we have any other archers around here? Is anyone else an archer in the group using a bow?
No,
used
not
a
at all.
Not this
short
rogue.
bow,
I'm not sure
but
about
I'd
Sam,
rather
but
have the rapier anyway. So
Tails.
Sure.
I've been using a bow, but I'm only a druid, so go ahead.
Only a druid. All right, I'll take the helmet and the quiver of arrows.
Right. All the weapons are going to be +1 weapons, and they're
Okay.
silvered.
And if no one else wants the boots, I wouldn't mind having those.
I was thinking about grabbing them, but I think I'll leave them to you. Be better to have an assassin with them.
Yeah, what about those gauntlets? What are those?
They make you strike quicker than you can imagine.
Quicker than you can imagine.
Yep.
Oof.
I don't know.
That does
I don't
sound
want to-
pretty damn cool.
Yeah. I don't want to be greedy. I got a couple daggers. That's really what a rogue needs. Does anybody not have anything?
I would probably eye off those gauntlets, being someone who doesn't use
Yeah,
weapons.
a monk.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the gauntlets, they have to hit and damage, Paul. The gauntlets are like, they've got, what do you call it? Like gloves, but metal on the front, and they're silver inlaid. So you make the assumption that if you hit things with this, it'll count as silvered punches, which is good news. They also are going to give you a +5 to initiative.
Wow, nice.
Nice. What does the ring that I grabbed do?
The ring gives you dark vision, and it basically means you can't get lycanthropy.
It also, you said when I put it on, or it could just be my one, when I put it on last
Yeah,
time.
it's a different ring.
Oh, okay.
The boots give you +10 move speed and +1 AC.
Nice.
And so this helmet just gives me greater vision.
The helmet gives you dark vision, so superior dark vision, so like a drow, 120 feet, and you can, once per day, use it to get true seeing.
Ah,
So you can activate it.
Immune to lycanthropy. That's a pretty sweet ring.
It's pretty good, especially when you're fighting werewolves all the time. Okay, so now replete with magical gear, he says, if you want to, we have supplies in the pantry, and he points at a door. Help yourself, take anything you need. It'll be a hard journey, and the forest is very dangerous, so I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you very much, sir.
And he says, thank you. Your service is invaluable.
We won't disappoint you. We won't let you down.
Okay, he nods and then leaves. He's not a man for saying goodbye. He nods, walks at the back, and you hear the sound of steel on steel as the rangers outside are practicing.
Did we get any kind of map or anything?
Yeah, sorry. He I forgot about that. He's going to give you a little map of the area, what they've scouted so far, and he knows kind of vaguely the way to Swiftblade's Redoubt, which is the place he assumes the werewolves are. That's an old fort that the hero founded. I should tell you guys the backstory because you weren't here last time. Thousands of years ago, there was an undead army. So all sorts, vampires, ghouls, werewolves of all kinds, and they descended kind of from the mountains downwards, and the forest extended for miles and miles. And this guy, Swiftblade, and his party come up here, and they kicked their asses, basically, and then they burnt the forest back several miles, and they built a castle in the, well, more of a tower, really, in the, well, where the forest used to be, as a sort of early warning for the village. But then he died, and his party died, and the guards became less. When less attacks happened, the guards became less into their jobs, and eventually the forest grew back, and they didn't cut it back, and the forest has now consumed that area, and the forest is now bordering pretty much on the village. So that's bad. So yeah, you know vaguely the way to go.
So walking out, pulling the cowl of my cloak a little further forward to protect from the rain, I just start fiddling with this ring, almost like in Lord of the Rings, just flipping it through my fingers before ever wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a coin.
Yeah, it's very
I
much
follow
like a
him
coin.
out. I follow him out, embracing the rain as a druid, loving
I've
every little
already
nature.
left with map in hand.
So you know the way to
I'm
go is
following him now.
basically into the forest. You need to walk about a day just in a straight line from the village, and then you'll need to turn eastwards to the Redoubt.
Well, this all seems pretty straightforward to me. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
We should probably get some provisions before we go.
Yeah, you can pick those up, no problem. The pantry is filled with, I mean, it's all traveling food. None of it's fancy, but it's like, you know, bread, cheese, jerky, all sorts of stuff that'll keep.
Can't forget food. Most important meal of the day is breakfast now. Don't forget that, boys.
Taking the last
With
pre-made
that,
good
I
berry
hide.
in the bag.
He's gone in the right direction, or she's gone.
What are you saying, Sam?
Taking my last pre-made good berry out of my bag, I munch on that and start following.
Okay, so you guys head into the forest, and immediately it's dark. It's really dark. The canopy of trees is very, very thick, and it's quite dark. Dark enough that you probably would like to light a torch, except for those of you who now have dark vision thanks to your items. It is quite dark. The roots are very thick. The whole forest is very oppressive. It's really thick. It's really large. And you just get this feeling of immediately, as soon as you step into it, of like, oh, okay, this is where we're going.
Kind of like the forest in Infinite's photo.
Yes, a lot like that. You're able to actually roll me survival check, one of you. Who's going to be leading the group?
Well, I did say I was already gone, so...
Okay, well then you can roll me a survival check.
Sorry, I don't have that part. Survival is...
It should be wisdom modifier unless you're proficient.
God, I'm a dumb female. Oh my god! And I roll a 1.
Okay, yeah, you're definitely
Yeah,
going the right
true.
direction. You're certain of it, and you were like charging ahead in the right direction. Are you waiting for the rest of them?
I'm keeping them in sight, trying to stealthily navigate through this oppressive forest as quiet as I can.
So are you guys following them?
I'm a guide. I'm not following anyone but myself. I know where I'm going.
As
So-
somebody who's familiar with forests, I kind of think to myself, this doesn't seem like we're heading in the right direction.
Also,
roughly we're
forests
heading
are my
east.
natural terrain.
I'll have you roll a survival check then, you guys, if you want to go a different direction.
Yes, please.
Okay, I rolled an 18.
Okay.
Plus 4.
Okay. So Ro, right? You know that that's not the right way to go. But basically, he went into the forest and took an immediate left, which is west. And like he's like charging in that direction, and he's totally sure of the way he's going, but it's definitely wrong. You know that you're supposed to go straight on. I don't know. You don't know how he made this mistake. It seems so obvious, like to just not turn around. But yeah, you know that you have to carry on straight on
Should we
for a
fetch
good
her
couple
or
of hours.
something? I mean, does someone want to go get her?
Yell?
Yeah, for.
Okay, so I hear him yell to me, and looking at the map, and I look up, and I turn it 90 degrees, and I look up in this expression of, oh, that way, and she runs off and catches up.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
good.
So
Yeah,
you guys,
as
Go
we're
ahead.
walking through the forest, I'm just trying to check, the floor for any game trails,
Mhm.
any tracks, and also any edible fruits.
Okay, go ahead. So survival check, yeah.
So 17 total for survival.
Okay, yeah. You don't. The tracks that you do see are clearly wolf-like, and you immediately connect two and two and say that those are werewolf tracks. It's bipedal, not quadrupedal. Jesus, that sounds correct. And and you think that there have been werewolves around here for sure. You don't see many game tracks, and the forest seems to be bizarrely devoid of any sort of food, any sort of berries, anything like that. And it's like the trees seem to be fine, but there's nothing growing as such.
So I'm just trying to be wary, and I call Illidan over, knowing that he's a druid of the land, and I point out all of those factors to him as well.
Okay. Thank you for pointing them out. And I guess just continue following them, giving him a little pat on his head.
Oh, when you pat him on the head, he just goes.
When we first enter the darkness, Neuro reflexively checks the pull of his new blade as he watches the others. He allows them to move forward a little bit before he starts to shadow them, trying to slip into the shadows and just keep pace and keeping a little bit of distance between himself and the group as they tromp through the forest.
Perfect.
I walk with the group,
Mhm.
but I'm a little nervous. I know what was around yesterday, and so I'm just like looking from side to side, seeing shadows move, and be like, "What's that?" And then keep on going because it was
Yeah.
nothing. And yeah.
No, I'll make the assumption that you're easily able to hide in the shadows in this forest. It's pretty dark. So, yeah, you guys are walking and walking. You're making good time. I mean, considering the difficult terrain and how thick the undergrowth is. Yeah, it's super dark. It's super oppressive. I'll have everyone make a will save, please.
The spontaneous will save.
One of my
I
favorites.
got a 19. I got a 1920.
Okay.
A 19 total.
1920. That's a high roll.
What do I
I
add?
got a
A 10. Okay.
I only have
Uh,
Did we add any
13.
modifiers to it?
Just wisdom if you have a wisdom modifier.
Okay. Oh, great. I got an 11.
Okay.
I got 11 as well.
Okay. It's not a fear thing, no. Okay. Anybody roll under a 10?
I did.
Okay. I'll just take note of that. Um,
Great.
carry on. So you guys keep walking. That's my favorite thing to do is just spontaneous will saves and not explain what's happening. People are just like, oh god.
That's cool, but do they
no.
have like did
I'm
the
gonna end up
person
a
who fell
thrall.
feel anything?
Sorry?
The person who oh that wasn't good. Did the person who feel anything?
Not, yeah, I mean he's feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit anxious, but nothing dramatic for now.
Okay. I'm just gonna draw my longbow.
Well, I would like
Launch an arrow.
to point out I have a natural explorer of forests, so difficult terrain will slow the group's travel,
Okay.
and the group cannot get lost except by magical means,
Mhm.
and a couple other things. Like even when you are engaged in another activity while traveling, you remain alert to danger.
Perfect. Wow, that's great. Okay.
So yeah.
Good thing you're the one who failed the will save.
Shit.
Great.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so you guys are able to continue making really good time with this this ranger showing you, okay, don't step here. Make sure, okay, he's like basically carving a path and you're following it. Yeah, you're making good time. You hear a howl, it sounds like a wolf. You guys have heard a werewolf howl, and it sounds like a wolf. And then maybe 10 minutes later, another one answers it, a different part of the forest. You carry on, maybe an hour later there's another howl, and then an hour later another, and then about 10 minutes after that one, there's a howl that you recognize to be the alpha wolf, which is not like a howl, more like a terrifying roar. You see some of the trees, or a lot of the birds around fly up into the air because they're terrified by this noise. So yeah, he's in the forest. Okay, perception checks, please.
Can I do something before the perception check?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll grab a stick off the floor,
Mhm.
and when I raise the stick up, you can see it growing, solidifying, and straightening out. And by the time I bring it down to hit the floor, it is a solid and decorated quarterstaff, looking like an embossed carving of vines
Mhm.
spinning around it. And that's me casting
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
Perfect. Cool. Okay.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la.
Okay. So what did everybody roll? Anybody roll like a 20 or higher?
I rolled a natural 20.
Okay. Right. Then you are able to hear a sort of low purr in the forest, like pretty much right next to you on your left hand side. You hear just this like low sort of growl.
Okay, can I see my fellow rogue, Dennis, over there?
That's a good question. He has been stealthily staying at the back of the party, so now would be the time for a stealth roll to see if you can see him. So Dennis, you roll stealth, and then you just rolled a 20, so you probably will unless he also rolls a 20.
Alright, let's see if he can see me. Come on, buddy. 14 plus modifier. Oh, he should see me.
Yeah, for my stealth roll, I got 22,
Okay.
but it's not it wasn't a natural 20.
Yeah. What's your modifier? You can't create skill rolls, technically speaking. What was your modifier for perception, Bryant?
For the stealth row?
Did you roll stealth there? Okay, so you nailed your stealth roll. You need to roll perception as well.
The perception was the nat 20. Okay, my stealth roll is 18 plus my modifier, which would be 3, so 21.
Okay, so the two of you are both incredibly well hidden, and you're not able to find each other. You are hiding to the side, and you hear this like a purr just next to you. And initiative. Woohoo! In fact,
Yay.
Can
people
I
decide
can I
who's at
do
the
just
front.
like a small little action as I hear that? Like
Sure.
snap a twig loud enough to it should alert my
Yeah.
party.
Okay. But did you say you can't be surprised in the forest, Paul?
Yeah, because I'm natural. Even if I'm preoccupied, I'll be naturally alert to danger.
Does it say you can't be surprised?
Let me see. It
I do
says,
have the alert feat, so I can't be surprised, and hidden
Okay.
attackers don't get advantage.
no, it doesn't say I can't be surprised. It just
Okay.
says that I remain alert.
Right. Okay. Well, you were alert. You got a perception check. You wouldn't have gotten that otherwise, so that's good. But you are surprised when a enormous creature, a bit like a black cat, except it's got 8 legs and tentacles on its back, leaps out of the underbrush and jumps at you. And it's going to try and hit you with a tentacle and a bite,
Great.
and it misses both times. So it leaps out and like tries to swing at you as it jumps past and lands like with a skid in front of you, but misses you. And then everybody roll initiative, please.
Yeah, I just rolled my initiative there. I got a 20.
Oh, guys, I critted it.
Oh, shit.
I've got a natural 1.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
Let's
So
roll.
I guess I was surprised.
Yep.
total 20.
Okay.
you just never been in a forest this oppressive before. So.
I've never seen such a strange creature.
All right,
Being
guys, what-
already like totally freaked out, like I'm responding to that shit like lightning. I'm just like, ah!
so
I
you
got an initiative 14 total.
Okay. So razor tooth 14. So you got like a 20 something then, Matt, right?
27 in total.
Jesus. Okay. You'll actually get to go first because you can't crit initiative either. You can only crit hits. Okay, so
there's this tentacled something.
just 1 second. I'm just still getting initiatives. So I don't have one for Nerul.
25.
Wow. Okay.
Fucking hell. Them rogues.
And what about oh, what did you get?
Who?
Brian, what did you get for initiative?
Oh, 21.
Okay. Yeah, so for Yarway, you are standing with the group and you hear this wow and this big shape, roughly, what could you compare it to? Like the size of that Arctic wolf you fought, jumps out and tries to annihilate your new friend, Ro. And at the same time, you hear a noise behind you at the back of the group, and another one has appeared there.
Okay. I will, wielding the quarterstaff in my right hand, I'll, gesture with my left hand, and the raindrops that are constantly falling to the ground will twist around my staff and solidify, and I'm casting Shillelagh. And then I will go ahead and attack the thing that jumped out at my friend.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's not more than 40 feet away.
No, it's not. You can get to it.
Yeah. So I run up and I will attack with the quarterstaff first. So that's only 12.
Could be enough. Just let me check. No, you just miss it. Narrowly, you just barely miss it.
So I should be able to.
No, because you
with-
cast Shillelagh.
There's a bonus action. Yep, not a problem.
Okay. So then it's Nerul.
You said one appeared behind the group. Where is that in relation to where I am at, as I was behind the group shadowing them?
It's actually in front of you.
Does it notice me?
It hasn't noticed you, no. It hasn't even noticed Bryant. It's kind of jumping at the back of the group, thinking that.
So, couple of things then, because I'm an assassin, and it hasn't acted this turn, I get advantage.
Yep.
And I also get, since it's a surprise attack, it's going to be an automatic critical.
Yep.
Plus, I get my sneak attack.
Yep.
Plus 1d6.
Yep.
It's gonna kill it in one go.
Well, we'll see. So first, I got to
Plus
roll.
another rogue with the same situation.
Yep.
Okay. So nat 20.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit.
Does that give me another, or does it not stack with the
You want a crit?
assassin?
So one shot. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
Jesus. So instead of rolling the dice twice, maximize it once and then roll it.
Okay, so
So it should be 8 for your rapier, then your
8.
modifier,
14.
then your sneak attack damage, maximized.
So 20. And then roll the damage.
As well, yeah.
Okay, so that would be 48. And do I do the sneak attack's only for one, correct? Or is it on both hits?
No, you crit sneak attacks in 5th edition.
Yeah, you crit it. So this is for the crit hit. You're basically getting maximized once and rolling it, and then for the other hit.
So 6, so 18,
Okay.
6, no, 12 on the second hit.
So 32 total?
Correct.
Wait, how would you only get 1d6 sneak attack?
You only get the sneak attack once. That's a d6 from his rapier. Plus the 1 because it's a magical weapon, so that's 7.
Well, no. The max attack, you said, also had the sneak attack on it.
Yeah, it did, yeah. Maximize sneak attack.
And do I roll the sneak attack again for the second critical? Or not? If I didn't roll, that's basically it's either going to be, what was it? If the sneak attack is also on the second attack, it would be 12, otherwise it'd be 10.
Okay, let's go for max, because it's fucking so awesome. So,
Okay. Yeah, it would be 32 points of damage then.
Okay, yeah. So this is with a rapier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you rush up and you just right in the back of its shoulder blade, and it lets out this horrible howl, this moany sort of growl. And it's in bad shape. But it's still up. Okay, that's fucking terrible. All right. It is now the bad guy's turn. So Tiptoe, you won't get all this stuff, unfortunately. So the one that's in front is going to try and swing at Ro again, because that's what his initial target was. He's going to try and bite and smack with the tentacle. So it's going to be one hit. That's going to be one of these. Okay, it's going to be 7 points of damage to you, Ro, as this tentacle smacks into you. Oh wait, I did that damage wrong. Right, it should be a d6 as well. Sorry. So 7 plus 6, so 13 points as it smacks the tentacle into you. And you see at the end of the tentacle, there's like teeth where the very end of it is. The other one, that's been horribly, viciously attacked, is going to turn around and try and hit its attacker. It's going to try and bite and smack with the tentacle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it misses one, it crits with the bite. And the bite is 2d6, so it's going to be 4d6. 8, 10, 15 plus 4 is 19 points with the bite. So after you deal it such a devastating blow, it turns around and clamps its jaws on your arm as you're trying to pull it back. Okay, then it's going to be Tiptoe's turn.
Okay, so the tentacle, has that technically gone? I don't
The
remember.
tentacle is on the creature. So
it's on the creature.
they're like these big black cats. They've got 8 legs, and they've got these 2 tentacles coming out of their backs.
Oh, it's like a displacer beast type thing.
Exactly like a displacer beast.
Okay. Damn, I had sneak and everything on that stupid thing. Well, I'm still gonna go and let's see. He turned around to attack Dennis, so I will stealthily go up behind him and cut his Achilles tendon on his hind legs.
Okay. I forgot to mention that these are displacer beasts, and so attacks against them have disadvantage.
Oh,
I'm not going to retcon it, but
that's
sorry. It looks like it's all just piling up on you. Sorry.
Oh, well, that would be a horrible miss of 8
8 total?
for the attack, so I
Yeah,
miss.
that's going to miss. Yeah.
He displaces out of my range.
He does, yeah. You hit. He's kind of like looks like he's blurry, you know, and he's kind of shifting back and forth, and you hit the wrong one, unfortunately. Ildan, you're next.
With the arrow already notched, I'm going to turn around and take a shot at the one at the back.
Mhm.
That's a 12.
12 is going to miss.
Bollocks. I can't follow it up with a spell now.
No, you can't.
Yeah, no problem.
You can only do unless it's a bonus action, then you could.
I don't think any of my spells are bonus actions.
Okay.
I'll just look at that while you continue on anyway.
All right. Razor Tooth, you're next.
Okay. The one that sort of savagely bit into our ally in the back. I'm supposing we know that's going on now, right?
Yes. Yeah, you heard it roar.
All right. So what I'm going to do is Razortooth is going to shoot his staff up in his hand, holding it by its base. He's going to start strafing through the grass and waving his staff up and down. And as he does so, the rigidity of the staff goes away, and you see him more like he's holding a whip.
Mhm.
I'm going to cast Thorn Whip at the Displacer Beast
Okay.
and try to strafe, move to the side, and pull it into a tree.
Okay.
So a 9 is not going to hit.
No, it's not. It's going to miss. Ro, you're next.
Really? I'm next. I thought I was. Am I last? Yeah.
You are last. Yeah.
Okay. At close range, bows aren't as effective, right?
I think they get an opportunity attack, or you have disadvantage. I'm not sure.
I think in less than, if it's really close range, I have disadvantage
Yeah,
actually.
you're engaged. You're engaged with it. It's like right in your grill.
Right. So I'm gonna pull out my short sword.
Sure.
And well, I just desperately swing an attack. I'm not as skillful with these. +5, so that's 14.
14's a hit.
Wonderful. Hopefully I cut into that tentacle that attacked me. Let's D6. 4 plus 3, 7.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Fiorway, you're up again.
Alright, so none of them are down yet, are they? Either of them?
No, they're both still fine.
Alright, so the one that I was already attacking.
Yeah, you're up to the front.
Alright, so I will just lash out at it again, and with my bonus action, I'll make an unarmed strike as well with my gloves.
Mm-hmm.
So. Oh my god. So the first attack is a 13, and the second attack is a 11.
You have to roll with
16.
disadvantage because
Oh,
they're
disadvantage.
displacing. So you'd roll an 8 on that one, I guess. 8 plus modifiers.
Yeah.
So what's your modifier? It should be Dex plus 1 because your gloves are giving you plus 1.
Yep. So
Actually, plus your proficiency as well.
yeah. So it's 6. So it's 14.
That's enough. That's a hit.
All right, and with my unarmed attack. Oh wow.
Wow, nice. Oh, but it's disadvantage.
Yeah.
So it's still a hit though.
Still a hit. So I will do.
So it should be a D6 and a D4, right?
No, I've got Shillelagh, so it's a D8
Okay.
for that one, and then a D4 for that one, and then so they're both +4 at this stage.
So 18?
Yep.
Okay. Sweet. So you run up and crack this thing. First with the shillelagh, second with your fist, and you connect and do some serious damage to it. Neril, you're next.
Okay, how is the one looking in front of me? Is it looking like it's ready to go down, or is it still strong as far as I can tell?
It's looking ready to go down. It's pretty rough.
Okay. So because they're displacer beasts, I would normally get disadvantage, but I also have advantage because it's not acted yet this turn. So it would
I
just
think
be a
it's
straight roll.
just the first turn the assassin thing happens. It's if they haven't acted yet in the combat, not in per turn.
Okay.
But I think because Bryant is next to it as well, you have advantage because that's how rogues work, right? So you should just do a
Well,
straight
no,
roll.
Yeah.
if you don't get advantage for being within 5 feet of an ally,
Just get a
but you
sneak
do
attack.
get to make your sneak attacks.
Oh, okay, right. Sure. So it will be with disadvantage then.
Okay. So what I'm actually going to do then is, well, I'm going to use my. No, I'm just going to go for it. I don't know. Actually, I'm going to do what my character would do. Basically, I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage.
Mhm.
Use my movement of to move 40 away, and use my action to try to hide.
Okay. Sure. So just roll stealth.
Stealth. So 18.
Yeah, you're fine. So you jump behind a tree into a shadow and are gone from sight. So they go again. The one at the front is going to continue to take down its target, which is Roe. So it's going to try and bite him and hit him with a tentacle. It's going to miss both times. Then the other one at the back of the party, seeing its prey disappear, is going to try and hit Tiptoe. Wow, 5 and 6 both times. Okay, so it misses as well.
Because I hid. I expertly hid.
It's your turn now, Tiptoe.
Okay, after expertly hiding from her shameful miss on a magical creature, Tiptoe realizes that she's just really stupid and forgot the fact that she has advantage when it comes to magical creatures. So she,
How?
the Mage Slayer feat, I have advantage
that's-
versus spellcasting types.
Yeah, it's not a
within 5 feet.
spellcaster. It's a magical
spellcaster?
beast.
Magical beast.
Yeah, so like a spellcaster would be, like a wizard or a cleric or something.
Yeah, she doesn't cast
Unfortunately.
I
innate.
don't think Mage Slayer works like that either.
Well, no, it's you get to like do reactions and stuff, but yeah, you won't have it
Yeah.
against the
When
spacers.
it's
Okay.
triggered by them casting.
Yeah.
Well, that blew my roleplay there, so
Sorry,
I'm just
sorry.
gonna fucking beat the shit out of it now.
Take its head off as punishment.
I try to, How about that? My hit actually, 17.
It's with disadvantage, yeah.
Oh, let me roll that one more time. Well, that is still. I wish it wasn't because that was a crit, but yes, it's 17 with
Okay.
disadvantage.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Do I get the crit on the surprise after hiding last round? Is that how it works?
No.
No, that's only on the surprise round.
Yeah, that's just the first round. So basically, the assassin thing works like if the combat starts and you act before they do, you get the drop on them kind of, and then you get to get an auto crit, you know. But once the combat has started, you don't get it every round, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I did a whopping 2 points of damage.
Well, it
Okay.
says any hit you score against a creature that is surprised. Well, yeah, I guess
Right. So the surprise for the first round.
it doesn't
if
count as surprise. It just gives you advantage when you attack from stealth.
stealth, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think surprise is like when you get you get a surprise round on somebody. So it's slightly different. But if you were hiding, you wouldn't have had to have disadvantage, but you still hit, so it's okay. So 2 points.
Big 2 points of damage,
Two,
including
really?
the magical 2 points.
What's your dex mod like?
Oh wait, that's right. I forgot. So that'd be 5.
Okay,
5
there we go.
points of damage.
Better. Yeah, that takes him down.
Ah! So after being completely disrespected by this magical beast that I hate with a feral burning inside, I jump on its back and stab both of my daggers through its eyeballs.
It just kind of shakes, jitters a little bit, and falls dead. The other one lets out a really, really loud howl in response. Druids, you know that these are a mated pair of displacer beasts, and they're just protecting their territory. They probably have kids nearby. Illidan, you're next.
Knowing this and feeling sorry, but also fearing for my life.
You also know that the displacer beasts are evil creatures.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna moonbeam the healthy one, or not the dead one, of course.
Right. Okay.
So it's 2d8. And that's 9 points of damage.
Does it make a save?
I don't think there's a save.
It's a Constitution save.
Yeah, because that would be a seriously
Oh, yeah,
overpowered
sorry.
spell. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
And
it.
that's for half the damage then.
Okay. So half is what did you roll?
A 9.
Okay, so it takes half of that, so it takes 5 or
Yeah.
4. Right down.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yep.
Sneak attack. Once per turn, you can deal an extra sneak attack damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. It's an extra
Okay.
d6. So you can't get like that max is what I'm thinking on the first one with a surprise, but you do get like a quote-unquote extra damage die roll
Yeah.
after that is how I'm interpreting it.
Well, what
and
level
actually,
rogue
it
are
does
you? Are you a
increase.
level 4 rogue?
Yeah, and it does increase, so it's sneak attack on
Yeah.
every round pretty much.
Yeah, you can get it once around. Okay, that makes sense. After Illidan, it's Razortooth.
Yeah, that the moonbeamed displacer beast is still up, right?
Yeah.
Well, with the staff still in the form of a whip, I twirl it once in a circular motion over my head, step out from behind the trees, and throw the whip at the remaining displacer beast.
Okay.
Son of a bitch! It's another miss. This disadvantage is killing me.
Yep, it's pretty rough. Sorry about that. Ro, you're next.
That's all good.
Okay. I realized that I probably should have just used my longbow anyways, because I should have been attacking with disadvantage anyways.
Yeah.
But I've got my sword out, and I've already started using it, and it feels awkward to switch. So, continuing to swing and hack at this thing that is assaulting me. And that's really bad. That's a 1.
It's a 1. Excellent. Hooray!
First crit fail of the night.
Well, those are both really bad.
Let's have Fiyaway make a deck save.
Oh, great. Man, I wish I'd pulled out that bow.
Yeah, I don't see that thing coming.
No, he accidentally stabs you in the side.
Son
Roll
of-
that damage there, Ro.
Well, I mean, at least it's only a D6 and not a D8. Son of a... Whew. Okay, so, what, 7?
Okay. So in your kind of, it's like it's dark and the thing is like, and you're like, what the? And you're swinging wildly, and Fiyaway kind of steps in front to do a punch, and you just accidentally stab him in the back when he's not looking. Unfortunately, now your turn, Fiyaway.
All right, taken aback at this at this person who's just hit me in the side.
And I'm new to the group.
Are we like engaged in this thing?
Yes.
Because I was engaged in the other one, so it came to us. Is this?
No, you went to the front, as far as I remember.
Okay.
The other one was at the back, and the rogues took care of that one.
Okay.
It's looking.
Okay, so
It's looking pretty rough as well. It's not looking great.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and attack it with my 2 attacks again. For some reason, he's not really caring about his elements right at this second because he's in melee. So, just gonna. So I've got that's
wow.
disadvantage. That's
Critical miss and
disadvantage.
an 8.
So the 8 will hit.
Mm-hmm. See what the critical miss does.
Can I hit him back with the critical miss?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hang on, I'll just roll my unarmed damage for the other guy. Oh my god! So that's only 5.
Okay.
So does he need to make a dex save like I did?
Yeah. So I'll have Ro make a deck save, please.
That's 11.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So I think what happens is you swing your staff over your head, and you kind of you feel a gust of air go past your ear, Ro, as the staff barely misses you.
Whoa.
Yeah. Nero, you're up.
Okay, just to clarify, the assassin ability, which is different, does only work on the first turn. However, if you are hidden, you do give you advantage when you attack the target.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's on page 195. When a creature can't see you, you have advantage on attack rolls against it.
Perfect. Cool.
So, how far away is the one that's left?
You can definitely get to it.
Okay. So then my attack will just be normal because it's normally disadvantage, but since I'm hidden, I'd have advantage, so it's just a regular roll, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, wow. The crits are his tonight.
Okay, so that's going to be 2d8. And then also the sneak attack, I roll that twice as well.
Mm-hmm.
But my bonus, I only had that once, correct?
What bonus?
Yep.
Yeah,
From
your modifiers.
my dex
Yeah.
bonus, yeah. So 9, 13, 26.
Wow, okay. Kills it. Yeah,
Nice.
so you are able to finish it off as well. Yeah, so these creatures.
So basically, I had ran off into the shadows and then just suddenly run up and appear and stab it right through the neck with my rapier,
Mhm.
kick it to the ground, and pull my blade out and wipe it off and sheathe it.
Yeah, it doesn't see you coming at all. It's focused on the two guys it's fighting, and you just appear behind it and like surgically finish it off. Okay, yeah. So you've killed these things. You can see now that they look like these enormous black cats. They've got too many legs, and they've got these weird tentacles coming out of their backs. Yeah, and they are in fact displacer beasts, and you have killed two of them. Well done.
Wow.
Nice. So is anyone injured or severely?
Yeah, I took like 19 points of damage, which is pretty hefty for me.
That should that should weigh pretty heavy on our druid, considering a tainted beast like that usually found in the Underdark. Up here in the forest.
It is unusual, yeah.
It's a very unusual puzzle.
Yeah, it's definitely unusual to have creatures like that up here.
Yeah. I take what is now my whip. I toss it to the side, and it quickly becomes a twig once again before it even reaches the floor.
Mhm.
And I walk over to our injured ally, and I just lay my hands on him and cast Cure Wounds. So, it's going to be at a level 1. Yeah, level 1.
So it's a D8, right?
Yeah. Son of a dice stream.
So it's,
I think I add, what is it? I add my
wisdom.
stat mod or
Yeah,
my
your
wisdom?
wisdom mod. Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
so it's a total of 5 hit points.
Okay.
That is pathetic.
Okay. Do you guys want to continue on? Do you want to take a rest, or what do you think?
I think we should continue on. Many mysteries about.
Yeah, let's continue.
Okay.
We are not that. Really, we're not hurt at all.
Yeah, you guys continue on. I'll have you roll another survival check, please. Whoever's leading. So I think that's probably Ro, right?
Yeah, I suppose I'm still leading. Oh, 20.
Okay.
Now I get it.
Yes. You definitely know where you're going. You continue on. You're making really good time. And then you feel like a tickling at the back of your brain. You feel like a weird, like suggestion. Like, you know what? I think this is the wrong way. I think we should definitely go over that way. We heard some howling that way. That seems the place to go. So I'll have you roll a will save, please.
Great. Another 20.
What?
Okay. You carry on. Kind of thinking like, okay, that was weird. You definitely felt like an outside suggestion kind of tell you to go a certain direction. You felt like a presence of something else in your head suggesting that you go a different way.
I keep that to myself, but I take note of it.
Okay. Right, so you guys continue on, and you're going through this really dense forest, and it's dark. It's so dark. It's actually getting nighttime now. You can't see the sky at all. It's just canopy, and you can hear the rain hitting it, and it kind of trickles down through the trees. And as you're walking, occasionally one big drop will go down your back, behind your armor, and it's really gross.
It's the worst. God.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Your feet are soaked. The whole place is pretty gross. Some of you are sniffling as well. So you continue on for a couple of hours, unhindered. Don't really see anything, and then you hear up ahead a sort of slurping noise.
Can I make a nature check to see if I know what it is?
You could
Or
try.
is there any point? Or can I see it actually?
You'd have to move up to see it. You hear like chewing and slurping.
Okay, no point in rolling a nature check then. I'm going to turn into a squirrel.
Okay.
Climb
I
over
roll
near
a-
a tree and get a look. See if I can
Okay.
see what it is.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can see it?
Sure.
Is that plus
Just
5?
hiding in the shadows very easily.
Hmm.
This dark and dense.
Yeah, hiding is not difficult here.
Chewy.
Yeah, I got a 16 total on the perception.
Okay, yeah, you see that there's a clearing up ahead, but it's really dark, and that makes no sense because there's no tree cover in a clearing, but it's really, really dark.
Okay, do
Yeah,
I
I'll
get
just-
close up and see anything then?
You see the same thing. It's definitely a clearing. There's no trees there, but it's like really dark. And even those of you with dark vision, even you with superior dark vision, are unable to see through this darkness. It's like really quite dark.
Suggesting some kind of magical darkness, maybe.
Just trying. Would produce flame cancel out magic darkness because it is magic, or?
I think you need to dispel. If it is magical, you probably need to dispel the darkness.
Okay. Well, this is what I'm gonna do to find out. I'm gonna start rubbing my hands together, like if I'm warming myself, and then blowing into my hands. And then every time I blow into my hands, you see a little glow start to spark up in my hands. And the second blow is a little bit brighter, and the third blow is a little bit brighter. And on the first blow, it sparks into a little flame.
Okay.
And then
So,
I
yeah.
just lift the flame up with my hand and throw it into the darkness. Does it simply disappear, or does it light anything?
It goes in, and for a second it's light, and then it just goes out as if somebody's blown it out.
This is a mystery.
I turn around to the rest of the party with my hand up in a motion as to halt their march. And I turn to tell them, this darkness is of a magic more powerful than my own.
And you're hearing like a crunching from up ahead.
Can I try and like locate where in the darkness the sound is coming from above?
You
Like
can't
a-
see into it, so
Reference kind of thing?
you definitely can't see into it.
Okay.
It's really, really thick, and it seems to be magical.
Okay, so I can't even like see if I can hear where.
You can try and
Noises.
roll a perception check to hear it. You have to be
Okay.
very good, though.
Okay. Not 20. Oh, 15 plus 5. 20.
So you think that it's in the clearing, it's kind of spread around. You can hear like a couple of different noises from different places. So you assume there's a couple of things in there making this noise.
Okay.
Couple things.
Then I'll just scamper back down the tree towards the guys.
I am going to do something stupid.
Okay.
Oh no, nothing stupid.
Do a what health before he does anything stupid.
What is your stupid thing?
I would love to run into the darkness and cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. All right. So you run into the darkness and you cast Thunderwave.
We all stand well back.
Make some. I'm gonna make some con saves here. I'm gonna make one actually instead. Okay. What's your DC?
I want to push these things out of the dark.
So basically, you'd have to run in and then turn around to do that if you're going to try and hit something.
Isn't it like doesn't it go out?
It's
in
an
one
Like a
way?
thunder wave. Yeah, it's a force of 20,
Yeah, so it's a
20
cube.
foot
right?
cube. Yeah.
But if you want to knock them into the brightness, it's darkness for as far as you can see in here, so you don't know how far it goes.
Okay, so I can run 40 feet, or
Yeah.
walk 40 feet.
Mhm.
Casually walk in and Thunderwave.
So before I run in, okay. So how far does the darkness go? Can you
can't.
see that?
Can't tell at all.
No idea.
No idea.
But we can hear this thing pretty clearly.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Right. So you run in and you cast Thunderwave.
Yeah.
And as you clap your hands together, there's a little bolt of lightning for a second, and it lights up the area. And you see that there are roughly 30 ghouls in there feasting on corpses. A bunch of them, maybe 5 of them, right, are in front of you. You manage to run through them, and you clap your hands, and you've knocked them out of the darkness, and they go flying into the trees and stuff where the party are. And the rest of them, just in unison, look up and snarl.
Oh,
Alright, that's not how I thought it worked, but okay, that's fine.
So you do damage to those guys as well. So your damage is, I think, a D8, right?
It's
Or
2D.
2D8.
Yeah, know that.
Because thunder waves makes an enormous noise as well. It makes a noise that can be heard for 300
Yeah,
feet
it's a
around.
big boom,
Oh,
300
yeah.
feet.
Okay, so the ones that you have smacked, right, they go flying out and they crash into trees and they don't get back up.
Oh, good. At least they're easy to kill.
Okay, now run back out to us.
Now it's initiative. Oh, okay. The ghouls are not good at initiative.
Yes.
Oh man, neither am I.
Neither. Yeah.
Yeah, neither am I.
None of us.
I got a 6 total.
I got a 4.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
22.
Nice.
Goddamn
13.
rogues.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have initiative on this round because I'm hiding. Just -6. What?
Okay, seeing as I'm
Or is
going
that just
left for
6?
the ghouls, I'm just gonna go to the toilet real quick.
Okay. Ro, what did you get?
An 8.
An 8. So I have Fiarway on 8 as well.
Oh, wait, no, I get +3, so
I
I'm
roll a
9.
3. Plus 8 is 11.
Okay.
Plus 8. Wow, that is sexy.
The gauntlets as well as his high dex mod, I think. Now roll your first act.
Okay, at this point, about how far away from the darkness are we?
It's probably 10 feet in front of you.
Okay, then I'm going to stealthily move forward into the darkness to see what I can see, since my fellow party member ran in there.
So you're sneaking up. Okay, no problem. You get in there and it's still very dark, but you're able to make out shapes and stuff once you're in there. It's from outside you weren't able to see anything. You can see that there's a bunch of ghouls and they've kind of risen up and they're looking hungrily at the monk who just made the most amount of noise possible.
Okay, then I'll just continue forward to one of the ones that is near him and facing him and draw out my blade to attack it from behind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're going to roll an attack?
Yeah, is there anything that would cancel out my advantage on the roll?
Maybe the darkness. Nah, you can have it. Go on.
Here we go.
Okay.
Awesome sauce. So, that's 2. That's 2.
2d6.
Oh, but I also get the crit from the... You want to just do the same thing, max the first one and roll again, or you want me to just roll?
Max your damage and then roll it for the second.
Okay, so it's going to be, what, 20?
Yeah, I
for
think
the
it was
first. So 9.
What is your weapon damage? 6 or 8?
The D8 for the rapier.
8.
And then the sneak attack's D6.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2d6.
It's 2d6. So you got 12 plus
Well, no, the
16.
first D6
20.
is in the. He had one attack is max already, and that's added into that.
Yeah, but the sneak
No, you
attack
should
is
get-
2d6.
Attack damage at 3rd level goes to 2.
You should have 12 plus your 8 plus your dex mod for your first bit of damage.
Oh shoot, that's
So
one
it's
of the things
12
I
plus
missed.
15.
I missed that last time because the character was 3rd. I forgot to update the sneak attack to 2d6.
Okay.
So that actually would have been 26,
12,
or
15.
26 on the first hit.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
Absolutely dead. So you're able to swiftly decapitate him with your rapier. And just for style points as well, you put it through his heart on the way down, and then you carve your name into him on the way down as well because he's just absolutely ruined.
And then I'm going to use my cunning action to hide,
Okay, sure.
since they're all facing the tasty-looking monk at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Just before you go on, that flash of lightning, it illuminated like a whole ton of them, right?
Yeah, 30.
So could I have spent a Kai point to take a dodge action when I saw how many of them there were?
I'll allow it, yeah.
Thank you.
No problemo. Okay, Tiptoe, you're next.
Um, did I see the flash and all the
Yeah,
ghouls?
you all would have seen it. Yeah.
Okay. So knowing that, hold on, I'm actually gonna roll that because my character is stupid. Okay, she's smart enough to realize that these ghouls usually have a controller or a commander, someone who might have brought them back.
Hmm.
So I'm going to be a sneaky little bitch and look around the backside of the cave for perhaps a more powerful spellcaster.
Okay, so if you have to walk into the darkness to actually see anything.
Okay, yeah, I mean walk around in the cave, sneaking, dodging,
Right.
kind of, and
You're able to just roll me a perception check. Actually, let's do that.
18.
Okay. Yeah. So you're able to see at the in this. It's not actually a cave. It's like a clearing. So usually there's just tree cover everywhere, but there's no trees here. But for some reason it's pitch black. You see in the midst of the ghouls, one of them is a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier. He's got this big long tongue sticking out, and at the middle of this whole thing, there's like a mound. Um, so out of the mound is sticking like a sword, and you definitely understand what this is. This is the burial place of a wight, so an ancient warrior who has risen as a sort of an angry spirit.
Nice. Okay. Well, seeing the person who is most likely in charge, I will angle towards him and attempt a nice little assassination attack on him.
Okay, this is the bigger ghoul, right?
Yeah, the big
Okay.
guy.
Yeah.
Advantage. Yeah. Got
Yep.
surprise. Okay. Well, that one wasn't good, but how about a 19?
19's going to do it. Yeah.
Nice. So, I'm actually gonna use dice stream for this one. No, that's not it. So I'll do the sneak first. That's 2d6.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to be 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the weapons. 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 11 points of damage.
Wow. Okay. So total is
11. Shit, I forgot the first one, which is total.
so did I.
21 in total.
Okay.
Total
Thank you.
21? Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you bite into him. He's really not happy. You really hurt him a lot. He roars out, his big tongue kind of lashing all over the place.
And I will use my cunning action to hide,
Sure.
if I can, in a pile of ghouls.
Okay. Who's next? Okay, Fiarway, you're next.
So I see my friend run up to this big undead-looking thing, and I will spend a Kai point. Actually, I'm going to be spending 2 here. And what I'm going to be doing is gesturing to the sky. Actually, yeah, no, I'll gesture to the sky, and a flame will appear in my hand. And I'm going to be using Fangs of the Fire Snake. So the fire will snake towards this creature, twisting up, down, to the sides, and a great big snake's head will be right at the front, and it will open huge jaws and snap down at this big undead creature.
Okay.
Nice.
So basically, it's an unarmed strike that I can do with an extra 10 feet of range. So basically, I'll have to run up to it.
Yeah.
But I can be 10 feet away, so the snake will be 10 feet long, and it will do an extra 1d10 fire damage on top of my normal unarmed strike damage.
Okay.
So normal unarmed strike damage, and all of this will be fire damage. 1d10. Though I do have to roll for attack.
By fire be purged.
No. So I don't spend the second Kai point.
Okay.
I can do that when the attack hits. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
spent
So
it to make the fire snake, but apparently it totally missed.
yeah, this thing is unnaturally quick. It's like moving at a rate that you wouldn't expect from something that you know to be undead. Okay. Then it's Rose's turn.
So I've just seen some of my party members enter into the darkness, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on in there yet. I figure, what the heck? And I take several steps just to get inside the darkness with everyone else. What exactly can I see once I'm inside?
You can see a bunch of silhouettes of these hunched figures with like kind of wiry muscle. And the smell is really, really powerful. It's like of rotting flesh and of like fetid breath, and it's just really, really horrible smelling in here. And yeah, you see a sort of hill in the middle of the whole thing with a sword sticking out of it.
And so the silhouettes, I can distinguish them from allies pretty well.
Yeah, they look different.
Okay. Are they closely?
Okay.
Sorry. So I have this nice little ability called Horde Breaker,
Okay.
and allows me to attack two creatures that are within 5 feet of each other.
Yes,
So I
you can
make
definitely
two
do that.
attacks.
Yep.
Great. So I pull out my longbow and I grab 2 arrows at the same time, holding one in my fist as I draw back and take aim at one of those ghouls. So my first attack is 23.
Yep, that's a hit.
That's a hit, and it's a D8. 8 plus 4, so
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, the arrow just goes straight through this thing's brain, and it is dead.
And I quickly notch the next arrow because I'm just good like that. And that's 17.
That's another hit.
And a launch. And that's 8 damage.
Yep, that's another one dead. So you basically,
Bam.
much like Legolas, just and 2 of them fall dead immediately. Okay, Illidan, you next.
Seeing Ro do this and being extremely impressed, I decided to try and do the same thing and go for one of the lessers with an arrow.
Yeah.
And that is a 17.
Yep.
And then... Oh man, lots of damage. So,
Yeah, it's dead anyway.
Okay, yeah, 11 damage.
Yeah, so you also just pierce one right through the eye and it falls down to the ground. Razortooth, it's your turn.
I'm going to attempt to do something that not entirely sure if it's supposed to work this way.
Okay.
That's the warning.
Okay.
But Razortooth is going to step into the darkness
Mhm.
so that he can now see all the nasty silhouettes and smell and all that. And what you're going to see from him is that he's going to raise his cloak on his left hand, and his left hand is going to start to glow, and his skin turns pale, and it's ringed in blue. He raises his hand, and the glow jumps from his hand into the air and then a beam of light strikes down into this massive group of ghouls. What I'm doing is casting Moonbeam.
Okay.
Now, for the initial hit of Moonbeam, it's a DC 13 Constitution save.
Okay. Let's see. You can probably hit. What's the radius of it?
It's a 5-foot radius.
Okay, so let's say there's
Well,
gonna.
this is ultimately what I'm going to do, and you let me know if it's possible.
Okay.
After the initial hit, I can use a bonus action to move the Moonbeam. And what I want to do is just move it in a circle within the group of ghouls.
Okay.
And I just want to know if I could actually attack all those ghouls.
Does it specify that? Is it on your turn after? Like from now on, you can use a bonus action, or is it on the first turn as well? It'll probably say on each turn after or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good stipulation.
It usually does with those kind of spells, like with spiritual weapon and something like that.
Oh yeah, on each turn after.
Yeah. Okay. Grand. Okay.
So
yeah.
I'm just gonna get the initial hit.
Yeah.
And
So-
DC 13, con, and a 7 and a 1 radiant damage. So 8 radiant damage for whoever fails.
Okay, so I'm going to say they're packed tightly together. You can definitely hit 3 of them with it right now, and one of them will make the save. But it's radiant damage, so they all just fucking fry. So this moonbeam shines through the magical darkness, and it illuminates the place, which is excellent for you guys. So the moon is just shining really brightly, and it just up in flames, a big woof, as these ghouls explode into flame, and you can see what's actually around you. There are still fucking loads of ghouls, and they're kind of just like hunching around, hanging out together. The bigger one, you recognize to be a ghast. He's standing there as well at the front, ready to pounce. But yeah, very nice. So now you can see, which is good. All right, it is now their turn. So you killed 3 there. Ro killed 2. Sam killed 1.
Yes.
Nerul killed 1. Tiptoe tried to murder that guy. And Fiore missed. Okay, so just fucking so many of them. I'm going to do mob attacks instead. So they rush forward. And I'm just going to say that every turn that you start your turn next to them, you're going to take 3 damage for each one who's next to you, instead of rolling a billion attacks. So they're going to rush forward. They haven't seen Nerul or Tiptoe. They're both too sneaky. They haven't noticed them. They haven't smelled them even. A lot of them, let's say 10 of them, rush towards Razortooth, because he is the one who's murdering them with his moonbeam. So they rush forward and they start to surround you, and they're slavering, and they're then I'm going to have basically the rest of them run at Fiarwe and Ro and Illidan, basically splitting up between the 3 of you. So I'll tell you what the damage is, but you have a turn to get away from them, basically, to break away, because it's going to be at the end of your turn. Okay, so they rush forward, they're slavering, they're freaking out. What's up?
Oh no, I was like, wait, no!
Yeah.
How many of them can the maximum surrounding be?
Let's see. We're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably.
I think it's like 7 or 8.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna go for 7 to be nicer about it.
It's not completely terrible. I'm not gonna die in 1 turn.
Okay, that's a 7 around you and 3 hanging around there, and then we got the rest of them around the rest of the guys. I'm gonna say there's between you like 12, so I'll put 4 on each of you. Okay. Then it's going to be Neryl's turn again. So you have been completely ignored because you're so damn crafty.
Okay.
But you're going to have to make a Constitution saving throw, because the stench is really, really bad.
So if I don't have that saving throw, then I can't add my proficiency bonus to it, correct?
You just add your con mod.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Okay, you make it. You kind of retch a little bit initially, but you get over it.
I just suck it up. It's only death, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move to circle around and position myself behind what appears to be the lead
Uh-huh.
ghoul of this group, and attempt to pierce him from behind.
Okay.
Even though I don't know that it'll have any special effect, just out of practice, it'll attempt to pierce his heart.
Mm-hmm.
So, advantage. Yikes. So that's 14.
14 is good.
Thank you for that +1. Rapier. Okay, so let's sneak attack. So 1d8 plus 2d6. Yikes. 7, 8. So 14.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You stab him right through the heart, and he looks down at the sword, and then he kind of slides off it and dies. And as he does so, the sword begins to rumble, and a hand comes out of the ground, and another hand, and something pulls itself up out of the ground. It's this big 7-foot armored warrior,
So,
and he. Go ahead.
yeah, as that starts happening and the body falls and I turn and see it, I take a step back into the shadows using my cunning action.
Yeah. This thing steps out very slowly, shambles out, and it shouts, "Enough!" And the ghouls, they all take like a step back, and they kind of like look at him, waiting. And he says, "Who dares disturb my slumber?"
Even though he can't see me, I point towards the monk.
Thanks, man.
We all just offer a fee our way.
Answer me, who disturbs my slumber?
I get hated on in these games so much.
Especially a monk. Seems like the monks. Uh-oh, we lost somebody.
Is interest resetting?
Yeah, it's still waiting for an answer. It's looking impatiently. Who dares?
Can we take our turns or in our reply, or
Yeah,
are we
yeah.
still working in initiative order?
We're kind of out of combat at the moment. He says, "One of you will fight me, and if you defeat me, you may pass. Otherwise the ghouls will devour you. Endless ghouls." And he raises a hand, and like 10 more ghouls get out of the ground.
You know what? I'm just gonna man up.
No. I want to. I step forward before Razor Tooth can do anything.
Like, I reckon it would be really awesome if like 3 of us just like stood forward and we're like, pick me, and then like he's like, there's 3 of you. Because I reckon Fiona would be like, yeah, right.
Who is your champion?
So we look at each other.
I'm ready. I mean, if you guys wanna do this before me, just let me know. I'm ready.
Glowing druidic runes started illuminating down my
Well,
arms.
by default, as Neural steps back, everybody else has volunteered. So
Yeah. I'm assuming Tiptoe is taking a good 2 steps back as well.
Oh yeah, she's deeding out of there, man.
Yeah.
She knows this is beyond her.
One of you. I require a champion.
I thought you were going, Illidan.
Damn, yeah, have step forward. Let's do this.
Okay. Right, he takes a step back and he draws his sword, and it's like up on the hill, a little bit of a platform, like a plateau that you can stand on.
Shit. Okay. I start walking up to it, I guess. I kind of look back at the guys, swallow hard, and then turn back and start walking.
You are the champion. You are but a worm before me. And he gets into like a ready stance, and he says, "On God." And now we'll both roll initiative.
Okay. Fuck. This may not have been a good idea, but whatever.
It'll be an epic way to go if you die.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Thank god you can't crit fail initiative.
Well, he's going first anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so with a speed that belies he looks like a rotted man inside this plate mail armor. So he's got like this really gaunt face with no nose, and like big teeth showing, like a big smiley grin of skeleton teeth. And he like just jumps forward really quickly and swings with this sword. So he's going to roll that. Just let me check. Okay. Okay, and your AC?
15.
Okay, he's going to hit you.
Bollocks.
It's going to be one of these.
Oh dear.
So 7 plus 4 is 11. And then he reaches out this wretched hand and tries to grab you. Okay, right. So he does. He grabs you, and you're gonna be taking some damage here. You're gonna take 6 points of damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Great. Okay. That's a solid 18.
Okay, you make it. You feel though like he's trying to suck the life out of you when he touches you.
Oh shit.
Like-
And how much damage was that, sorry?
It was 11 plus 6, so 17 total.
And I'm on 9 health.
um,
Okay, well,
yeah, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel like coldness where he's touched you, like as if it's almost like you've been burned, but with coldness.
okay. So
And he just
taken aback by this, but I've stepped forward as the champion, so I gather myself and I grab his arm, the one that he's touching me with, and with the druidic runes on my arm start to glow as I cast Moonbeam directly on top of him. So 2d8. Good old Moonbeam. Oh, 16.
Oh, I think I rolled, right, don't I?
You have to
Oh,
roll
it's
a
damage, yeah. Okay, I rolled a
yeah, you
con
have to roll
save.
a con save for half damage.
Okay, and what's your DC? Should be 8 plus 2 plus your wisdom modifier.
8 plus 2 plus my wisdom modifier, so 13.
Okay, so he does make it. So he'll take half.
But,
Oh, actually, but it's radiant damage, isn't it?
Yeah, it's radiant damage.
Okay, so he takes full. What was it, 16?
16 damage.
Okay, very nice.
But I'm probably gonna die right now.
Right, he reaches, he kind of like chuckles as he burns a little bit. You see like bits of singed hair and stuff, and then he reaches forward with a hand like for your throat.
2d10 or 2d8?
Okay, he's gonna miss that,
Oh, thank fuck.
and then he's gonna try and hit you with a sword.
Oh, great. Sorry,
He misses that too.
Oh, yes!
Right, so he's definitely a bit spooked from the radiant damage. So he manages to whiff both his attacks.
Okay, Nelson has informed me just in chat there that it's 2d10, not 2d8.
Okay, so roll that next time.
Okay. And that's a good solid 13.
Okay, so he rolls a save again, or
It's gotta
I
be
assume
13.
so. Okay, he fails that, so he'll take.
Yes, 26.
So he'll take 26.
I can attack as well?
Is it a bonus action?
No, I thought it was an action.
no, it's a concentration spell, so you can keep a concentration spell going as a free action. It's just that if he moves the moonbeam, it costs an action.
Oh!
If he doesn't move the moonbeam, he still has his action to do.
Okay, go for it.
No, we should no. Right. Keeping one of my hands on him, I draw my sword with my other free hand, and try and stab him up underneath the neck.
Okay.
So, and that's a miss. It's a 9.
Yep, that's a miss. Okay. So, still standing in this moonbeam, he's going to move out of it because he's a fucking idiot for standing in it. So he's going to like shift to the side, to your right hand side, again with alarming speed for something that is clearly dead and wearing heavy armor. Jumps out of the way of the moonbeam, so he kind of moves around behind you almost, and he's going to try and smack you with that hand again.
Bollocks.
Oh God!
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh no.
Oh, this is
Well,
really
Will I,
bad.
will I start making a new character, or?
So it's gonna be for 8 damage, right? And you need to make a con save. I'm gonna make you do it with disadvantage because he critted it.
Okay, I'm on 1 health. 5.
Okay, right.
Plus
So
my con, it's 6.
this 8 hit points is now permanently gone from your maximum hit points.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
dead anyway.
he's draining your life from you.
Holy shit.
And then he's going to swing his sword and miss.
Yay. I'm still alive then.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 1 action to move the moonbeam back on top of him.
Yep.
You'll need to make a
Oh, you need to make a con save to maintain your spell.
17. And then how do I know my concentration? Or is that
So I
just
think it's either 10 as a DC or the damage, so you make it anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
2d10. That's 11, so 22 damage. If he doesn't make the con
He
save.
does make it, but he'll stick to 22 anyway because... Oh wait, no, he'll take 11, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He would have taken 44.
Wow.
Yeah. Moonbeam and Beast.
Okay.
Now I just need to survive one more time on my
I
one.
really hope you do. He's
It's
going
pretty
to
epic. Oh, wait.
reach out.
Oh, no, I had to move it. Yeah, sorry, never mind.
Reach out with his hand. Okay. What's your AC?
15.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna hit you.
Shit.
This is really, really bad.
Yeah, I think my character's dead.
That's gonna be 10 points.
Yeah, he's dead.
A humanoid slain by this attack rises 24 hours later as a zombie under the White's control.
Fuck yeah. Zombie.
You weren't supposed to die.
Well, that's what happens when you throw overpowered monsters against us. He's doing double
It's
damage.
just
to
a
my
white.
guy.
It's not that big a deal. He
I
should
don't
be
know
grand.
anything about this shit.
1-on-1 it is, though.
Hey,
Hey, you didn't have to take the deal. You could have fought him altogether. So
I was respecting your man right there.
he
Cheers, guys.
he grabs you with his hand, and you see the life drain from him, and he kind of.
Well, shoot, I don't know. Is it too late to intervene?
Yeah.
Because I had typed that
It's
I
definitely too
was
late.
circling around behind him.
Yeah,
It's definitely too late.
you're in position, but he's done the hit.
As Illidan starts to fade, you hear the wind whisper, "Fuck you guys."
I want to do something right after this happens.
Okay, so he laughs, and you see, like, as he's draining the energy from you, his skin starts to knit up, and he becomes more like a real person. And he goes, "Well, that was entertaining, a good sport. You may go. You may pass." And he waves a hand, and the darkness goes away. "You can take that with you. I have no need of it."
Take my ring. Take my ring.
Oh, I'm gonna be an asshole.
You're not dead, Sam. You're still stable.
Oh right.
Yeah, you're not dead.
So that's not
But
so
if no one does anything to help you, you will be dead. And you,
Okay, I run up and I help him.
Okay. So yeah, the white is standing there, and he's kind of just like arms wide, just like, "I am back in business," you know. And
How much health did he get back from me?
No, don't say.
I won't say. He basically the health he does with the hand he gets back.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
So he stands there and he's like, "Yes, you may go. I am complete. I do not need this thing. Take it away. Continue on your way."
Oh no, that is a brother druid. You know, I can't stand for that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start running at the white.
Okay.
Get me back up first.
And
I'm helping our
I'm
fallen
using my
ally.
moonbeam. I'm using my action to move my moonbeam ahead of me on top of the white while I'm running,
Mhm.
and I'm still holding my hand above my head as I'm concentrating on the moonbeam.
Yeah.
And in the middle of my run, I start yelling, "No!" And you see the cowl. That's the rim of the cowl is covered in teeth. You see the
Mhm.
rim of the cowl start to move on its own up my arm, and then as it reaches to where my hand is and engulfs my hand, it becomes a head of this giant beast, and then it starts to billow and grow, and I'm now running on all fours, and now there's the faint glow of the moonbeam in my eyes and inside the hollow of my mouth, and I charge at the white,
Okay.
and I look like this thing right there.
Holy crap.
He sees you coming as well, and he just kind of laughs. I gave you a chance.
What did you get in your rolls, Nelson?
I didn't roll anything yet.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought they were there.
Oh, that was the old roll. I gotta clear that.
So what are the rest of you doing? Are you going to join in this, or are you going to run away?
Oh, absolutely.
I've run up and I'm helping our fallen ally.
Yeah, as soon as he charges, I'm going to start moving up behind
Mm-hmm.
the guy to attack as well, figuring if it comes down to it, I can always make a quick getaway.
Okay.
Yeah, and as I'm running, saying no, you hear the voice go, no. As I'm running after this thing.
Okay. Perfect.
So I'll roll my moonbeam damage.
Mhm.
It's 10 radiant. The DC is 13.
Okay, he makes it, so he'll take 10. Alright, so yeah, once again, he's burnt by the moonbeam. He just stands there, waiting for you to arrive. Unafraid, it seems.
Stop moving.
That's cool. I don't care.
Okay, we'll go back to the order that we had, right? So, Razortooth, you're just before the bad guys. So, he stands there, and he looks around, and he kind of like, I told you to go. I am weary of this. And he says, ghouls, attack! And the ghouls are start fucking running, kind of on all fours towards you guys. And he just kind of swings his sword lazily, and he's going to try and smack you, Razortooth, as you run at him.
All right. AC 11. It's not that difficult.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's the sword is going to hit, and then the touch is also going to hit.
Oh, God.
So it's going to be
Two
this.
druids there.
This. Okay, it's going to be 8 permanent. So 8 hit points from the touch, and that it's taken away from your max.
It doesn't really matter. I'm in animal form.
Okay, and then you're gonna take 12 from the blade, so a total of 20.
Yeah, that's great. You said 8 and 12?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, the moonbeam goes away.
Okay. Okay. So then the ghouls are going to do their thing. They're going to rush forward and try and surround you guys. They're running at Fjarway. They're running at everybody, really. Also, not so much the thieves. They haven't seen those, really. But they're running at the body of Sam, looking hungry.
Yes.
Okay, Nero, you're up.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to.
You could have just walked away with Sam's body.
But
No, this is right. We need to do this.
it's an unnatural
so damn
creature, and I'm a druid, you know. It took the druids to face this thing.
The undead are my natural enemy, anyways.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to attack him from behind. So I'll roll with advantage.
Uh-huh.
This would be a good time for another one of my 20s.
Yeah.
Not to be. So it'd be 9, 15, no, 7, 16 to hit.
16 is exactly enough.
Okay, so Well, this count as new combat?
Yes, it would. So this is
Okay.
exactly what you think.
So there'd be 2 of those, and
Or it's in the player's handbook, I think.
Thank you.
so 6, 11, 15, 16, 24, 30.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, he let out a roar. How dare you! As you pierce right through where his heart should be, and he looks down at the blade, and he just lets out this horrible noise. Tiptoe, you're next.
And I also will use my cunning action to step back into the hide.
To disengage, right?
No, to hide.
Can
So
you
if I
hide when
need
you're...
to, I'll use my move back to the edge of the forest and then slip behind
Okay.
a tree and hide with my
See,
cunning
I don't
action.
understand the hide too, because it seems like you would have to disengage in order to hide.
Yeah,
But
you can't
Yeah,
hide
you
in
would
combat.
because if you back off without
Disengage.
disengaging,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the
then
whole attack of opportunity kind of thing. But it's
Yeah.
just not correctly worded. It's not our fault.
Well,
That's
it's
what
like
we're doing.
if you're not in combat with somebody, you can use your bonus action to hide. If you're like on range or something like that, you can definitely do that, you know. But I think it's if you're in combat with somebody, I can't picture you hiding. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you gotta disengage.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
So
Okay.
do you want to disengage then, Dennis, or do you want to try and
yeah,
take
I'll
the
use
opportunity?
I'll use my bonus action to disengage, then use my 40 movement to head back towards the trees.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
All right, Dennis Tiptoe. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna do my sneaky roguey thing. I don't even know. Let's see. I don't know if I would, considering the odds are just really against us, and she's just like, "What in the world are we going here?" Okay, let's go for it anyways. So very apprehensively, she goes up behind the
White.
ghast, I believe is what it was, right?
It's a white. This
A
guy's a
white.
white.
Oh, this is a white. Okay. Well, that's even worse, but still going to go for the gusto. And the attack is, how about 13, 14, 15, 16? 16?
Yep.
Nice. All right. This is where it gets boring. The damage is... Ooh, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21 points of damage.
Ooh, very nice.
Fuck yeah. Avenge me.
Okay,
Avenge me.
so 21, right? He's looking very rough.
Cenarion!
Yeah, he's looking pretty rough now. It looks like that last blow kind of took him from his confident, like, you can't hurt me, to like, oh god, that's actually quite painful.
Isn't the weakest guy at me first?
They're almost like me.
I will. I'll disengage
nothing.
also and
Okay. Run away.
hide. Run away, little girl. Run away.
Double or nothing.
Far away, you're next.
Alright, so have the ghouls gotten to us, or are they just running at us at this moment?
They haven't got to you yet.
So I can move to this guy without
Yes.
taking attacks of opportunity.
Mhm.
All right, I will do so. I will like sort of bend over and take like a stalker kind of on the ground with my hands on the ground, and I'm like looking him in the eye, and I'm just gonna bound from where I am, and I'm just gonna like run directly at him, and I'm going to take a running jump, and then I'm going to use a Kai point to do flurry of blows when I attack him.
Okay.
And what everyone will see is the quarterstaff will be the first thing to hit. It'll slam in, hopefully slam into his head, and then I will kick out with both of my feet, and hopefully land on his shoulders. We'll see how that goes. So I'll roll 3 attacks. Oh yeah.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, you were going to roll double dice for the crit, so that's what, 2d8 for the shillelagh?
Yeah, 2d8 for the shillelagh, and I will hit with the 9, so
Mhm.
that's 1d4 for that. Okay, and they are +4 each.
So 17, 21, 25. Okay, yeah. You do exactly what you intended to do. You smack him with the staff, you jump up on his shoulders with a kick, and then he just falls to his knees beneath you and then falls on his face.
Yeah.
And as he does so, you see the ghouls kind of like, and they just kind of back away into the tree line. Like they don't know what to do. They're not being commanded anymore, so they're just going to leave.
Fuck yeah, revenge.
So
Yeah.
your friend Illidan is in a dangerous
Yeah,
place right now.
Oh
and
yes.
I've rushed up to him already to.
If I failed to mention the in this beast that you see by its nose, it's wearing a piercing, which appears to be the ring that he just got from the town.
Nice.
Nice. Well, let me try and stabilize our Illidan here.
How many druids and bards
Which I
and
failed.
I mean between the rangers and bards and druids, we should all be able to heal them up, right?
And once you give me
Stuff.
stable, I can heal myself as well.
Yeah. At first, like I just nose at Illidan's body to see if he's able to move himself, like if he fell unconscious or if he's like, just in pain.
You're
Start twitching
nudging
and
him with your
talking about-
nose.
Yeah.
Start twitching and mumbling the word Pop Tarts.
Pine cones. Pine cones.
So he definitely is unconscious at the moment. So he does need to be stabilized.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to stabilize him and I've just failed.
What did you roll?
A 5. Plus 3, so 8.
So that's a failed death save.
Oh,
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gently lay one paw on Illidan's chest,
Mhm.
avoiding the claws. All right, and then you're gonna start hearing this beast go. And start hearing Druidic as the beast shrinks down, and then you see again the short 3-foot cowled form, and my hand glowing with radiant light. I'm casting Cure Light Wounds as a level 1 slot on Illidan.
Okay, so it's a D8, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so a
1d8
D8 plus
plus
my
3.
Wisdom. So 6.
Okay, so you're back to being alive, Illidan.
Yay!
However, you'd still have those maximum hit points has been reduced, so your maximum hit points I think was reduced by 8 or something like that.
what was that spell that you hit him with that does that?
It's ability the white has. It's like a life drain ability that the white has.
Like death touch or something like that.
Kind of, yeah.
Life drain.
So
Alright.
there is a way to cure that, but you don't know unless you research it.
Okay, so I stand back up and thank Razortooth and thank everyone else for rushing to my aid after I died, but still rushing to my aid. And then
Tiptoe walks up to him and slaps him across the face and says, "Don't ever challenge somebody like that again."
I'm sorry.
I tap him on his shoulder, as if like a child would tap a parent would tap a child on his shoulder, like, that was brave, foolish, but brave.
Look down at him and say, well, I had to rep the druids. Alright, so I'm going to cast a Good Berry.
Sure.
I look at
just
him
take
with
a-
Cadbury egg? Is that what I heard? What?
Fucking rolled a 20 as well. I got 4 though. So I'm going to eat all
so I
them.
look at him with profound respect. After all three of us sort of stood forward and he took our place, and I'm like, I didn't realize you had so much power. You have my respect and my thanks.
And you have my thanks as well, and my respect for getting up and killing the thing after you saw it see it slaughter me.
Yeah, could have been any one of you. I'm just going to take a quick break, bathroom break or something like that, right? So
Yeah, cool.
2-3 minutes, okay?
Yeah, I'll be right back as well.
Same.
Okie dokie.
That was great.
It's always a good thing to do is test the party's pride, you know? See who thinks they can take the big bad.
Oh, well, you
Well,
know, I was ready.
I had intended to attack him from behind, but I got distracted with real life stuff, and it fight progressed too fast for me paying attention.
I was paying attention, but you know the descriptions and everything. I didn't want to like voice and interrupt, and I don't
Right.
type so fast.
Uh-huh.
What I wanted to do was move my moonbeam directly behind the white,
Mhm.
you know, and sort of cut his retreat off.
Yeah.
I just wanted to stab him in the back.
I should have launched an arrow at him when I saw my teammate was, when I saw Illidan doing so poorly. But
Yeah, we kind of failed to act there.
we just sort of stood there.
I'm new to the group, so role playing that I really wouldn't have put myself in jeopardy.
Mhm.
But
I would've-
after,
I would have let him.
like right now, I would be pretty pissed off at Razortooth because he put myself and the party back in jeopardy.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't know if my character's smart enough to realize it was a druidish thing. But she's pretty pissed off at you right now.
It's the pride of the wild, baby. The pride of the wild.
I'm just pissed off at myself for allowing something like this to happen. To begin with.
And you know what? Those mechanics for the rogue, here's my 2 cents worth. Personally, I think it should be the rogue's first sneak attack is an automatic crit. And then if you play your class right, your subsequent sneak attacks would be based on a sneak / verse perception roll. Because let's say, okay, I
What, for
attack,
assassin?
I disengage, I move, and then I do a stealth check to figure
Are you
out
talking about for the assassination ability?
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's
No. An assassin.
just the rogue in
You
general.
don't realize that when the situation opens itself up for you to use your assassination ability, you're basically a nuclear explosion. You know, we're low level now, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Later in the game, it gets really silly. Like late,
Oh,
late,
it's retarded.
late
you get
games
up to
last.
But I'm
yeah.
just talking mechanically, like just
No, yeah, mechanically.
If I
Mechanically,
disengage
you're safe.
after I get my sneak attack in the first round, and then I do a movement and I hide, so that's a stealth check. My stealth check versus your perception for my next sneak attack damage.
Well, but the thing is, if there's a fight with like 5, 6, 10 people going on, are you really going to notice someone that's hidden that you're not aware of when he's sneaking up behind you?
Mm-hmm.
If he's not
It's
making
not
noise.
so much no, it's not so much you noticing the actual person as much as it is the adrenaline pumping in combat. You're no longer like a sitting target. You're moving around. When you have someone moving around and trying to defend himself from the people he can see, it's a lot harder to pinpoint, where your blows are going to go to hit those pressure points. That's why
Well,
the
that's also
rogues.
too what I think sneak attack is for too. Is you just know an opportune type strike every time that you're in a round of combat to get your sneak attack damage. I think that's the other
No,
side of
yeah,
the coin.
rogues know where to hit. The problem is getting the opportunity to hit where they know to hit to deal that immense damage.
Right.
In combat, that's why a rogue gets sneak attack if an ally is engaged with the same enemy within 5 feet.
Yeah.
You just don't get any advantages, but you do still get your sneak attack.
Okay. So
But you also get that sneak attack if you're at advantage, which if you're attacking from hiding, then you get advantage on your attack.
Yeah,
But once combat begins, hiding is not really a thing.
that's what I'm trying to say. Is it should be like
Get into a fight.
Back to
After
the game.
get into a
But
fight.
that's the point
Yes,
of a
back to the game.
to avoid getting in the fight.
We can have a discussion about mechanics after the game, please. Okay, so you guys have just about beaten the white. He's taken his ghouls have run away, and you are now there with a quite badly injured Sam, I think.
Yep. Could I take my 4-hour nap and get everything back?
You guys want to take a
I
rest?
agree. I think we need to take a rest.
You want to take a rest in this hollow where the white was buried and the ghouls were and magical darkness was?
Yeah, I
the
mean,
best
there's all
place
that
to-
smell and stuff. I don't know, but maybe just in the forested area.
Okay. So yeah, you can move through this hollow anyway because that's the way you had to go through it. It was on the way.
Sorry, you said there was a sword in a mound down
The
there?
sword he was using, yeah,
Okay, can I grab it and see if it has any magical properties?
absolutely.
And how do that? Perception or arcana or what?
Did you pick it up?
Oh.
Yeah, you did.
Yes,
No,
you did.
I said
Yes,
I
you
you were like,
did.
Can I
You
go
went
ahead?
over there
Yeah.
like a kid in
Can
a
I?
candy store,
Let's
man.
go.
Just
Can I?
grab
Let
it.
it happen.
I
Let
got
it-
treasure.
Okay, I'll let it happen. I'll embrace
Okay,
it.
roll me a charisma save.
Yes.
Oh no, it's
17.
Okay, the
Nothing.
sword, when you pick it up, says, You are not the champion.
No, I'm not. But me and my mates killed him.
You are not worthy of me. And now make a will save.
Oh, great. Be ready to take me down, guys.
luckily you have like
19.
2 hit
Okay.
points.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you feel like a surge of energy from it, but you're able to resist its advances. It says, You will not wield me. You are not worthy.
Okay.
Drop that thing, man. Just drop it.
Is it speaking to him into his head, or can we actually hear it?
You can't hear anything.
I'll find the nearest pile, the nearest and biggest pile of animal shit, and I'll just stick the sword through it into the ground.
Okay.
And then walk back over to the guys and advise them not to touch it.
Everyone going with that?
I'm alright with that.
Just can't one of our fighters use it?
It's visibly magical.
So there's this weapon on the ground that's not doing like that this guy's just dropped. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
It's host.
And it's the weapon of this big monster.
Yeah, of the white. It's kind of It looks like it's freezing cold. It's kind of giving off steam, and it is cold outside, so it must be very, very cold.
I would love to try and destroy it. I don't know how.
Okay, you'd probably, God, you'd need like a forge or something.
Dragon.
Yeah, some sort of really hot fire to melt it, something like that.
We can produce 2 flames. And
Not
heat
gonna-
it up a little bit.
That's the only way I've ever heard of magic being destroyed is
Right,
dragon's breath.
dragon fire. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so we take a small rest and move on in a safer part of the forest.
Well, I
That's
don't.
just thinking.
My character doesn't want to just like leave this sword lying on the ground in the middle of a forest.
How
Even after the
about
warning?
Why don't you wrap
covering it up?
and take it with you, and you can find some place to destroy it later.
I wrap it up?
in some cloth and
Just don't touch it.
yeah, it's a physical contact thing.
Am I able to do that?
You can try.
Oh.
Can you
Okay,
roll?
I
the
grab my winter blanket. I have a winter blanket, and I will attempt to wrap the sword in the winter blanket.
Okay. You are able to.
Cut off a small bit of the winter blanket, wrap it around the handle, and use it.
No. I stick it in my back as like underneath everything, like as far down as I can, like the deepest part of the pack.
Okay. You hear in your head a cursing, like a, "Oh, God damn it! No! This is not right! This is injustice!"
I give him a
But-
look like, I told you so.
It's not trying. It's not. It can't do anything to you from here.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys carry on. You move a little bit forward. I said you want to take a rest, right?
Yes.
Yep.
No, well, just not in the
Not in the hollow, yeah.
The
current
stinky hollow.
hall of death.
Okay.
Hollow of death. Hi, buddy. What's going on, man?
So a long rest or a short rest?
Go for a short. I only need 4 hours anyway. If anyone else wants to take a long rest,
I
let's
reckon
go
a
for it.
short rest.
Short rest is an hour.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So,
You can roll hit dice in a short rest to get hit back.
Okay, so I'll go back to my...
I'll be in the shadows sharpening my blades.
Oh, 7. Nice, okay.
Remember now, your max is lower than it was, yeah.
Yeah, it's 18 now.
you just get the die you roll plus the Constitution, or just the die?
Plus Constitution modifier.
13.
Okay. Well, I recovered 4, but
13
still.
now.
Yeah, you're able to get catch a breather. Basically, you sit there for an hour. You get a little bit of downtime. And the forest is pretty oppressive. Ro, you feel another tickling in your mind. I'll have you roll a will save, please.
Right. 6 plus, I think, 2. So
Excellent.
8.
So you're like, guys, we're going the wrong direction. We're definitely going the wrong direction. We need to change. Sorry, I misjudged where the moon was, and I just messed it up. But we need to move east. Definitely. There's up ahead. There's like this cavern, this chasm. We're not going to be able to cross it. We have to go around to the east, and you're certain of it.
Dang it.
Okay. Remembering what happened earlier when he took an absolute opposite direction. as soon
No,
as
that
we hit
was
the
that was
forest.
Tiptoe.
No.
Damn it! Oh,
And I never shared it with you guys. I kept it
Yeah.
to myself when I had this feeling.
damn it.
Yeah, you don't feel it this time. It's just like you're sure. You know, you only felt it because you resisted it. This time you're just like, oh wait, I'm going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I'm. Before we start heading off another direction, you'll see my character just sort of peeling pieces of bark off the trees.
I'll walk over and smack one of his hands and goes, "Don't touch those." Oh, mate.
I growl at him.
I ignore him and walk on.
You draw breath because of me, friend.
I stop and go, "Oh yeah, sorry." Keep walking.
Any more, Nelson, or just taking bark?
No, I'm just taking bark and,
Mhm.
you know, a little after every tree I take just a little bit more.
Okay.
I alternate trees. Some I put little horizontal marks parallel with the floor. others perpendicular, and the third I tear off a little piece of a cross, marking our path as we're going along.
Sure.
All right, so I guess we're moving along then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go.
You're leading them with utter confidence. Um,
Like the fool that I am.
you continue for a couple more hours, and you're making good time, obviously, because you're a ranger of the forest and you're able to find a good path in the direction you're going. And you hear a howl relatively nearby. And another one, and then up ahead you see in the middle of the road a werewolf. He's on his own, and he's not howling. He's sitting in the middle of the road, or the path, I guess, that you're going on.
Mm-hmm.
He's not snarling or anything. He's looking at you.
I wonder if this is Denton.
Can we do a perception check, maybe, or something, to see if he's only like fully or not fully enthralled yet?
Yes. Not perception. I guess insight would be that.
Could I also use animal handling to try and calm him and keep him where he is?
It's not an animal.
Okay.
Why does the dumbest person...
I'm just gonna like run for him, but like the other guys can perceive all they want, but it's a fucking werewolf.
You
And
start running. And as you
Well,
do,
I
he
rolled a
puts-
21 insight.
Okay. He puts his hands up as you start running. No. I mean no harm. You keep running?
I'll skid to a stop like a foot from him,
Okay.
and I'll be like, "What do you mean?"
He like takes a step back. He's clearly like afraid. He's like, no, please no. I must warn you, the Wolf Lord, he's not himself. Some power controls him. Just flee while you can, and stay away from the Swiftblade's readout. If you value your lives or your souls, don't go there. You're on the way.
Direction we're
You're on
going.
the way to the Wolf's Hollow, where the pack lives. I have to warn you, the Wolf Lord is not himself. He's not evil. We're not evil. But something controls him, and he's whipped the pack into a frenzy.
What do you
But
say,
would my
Grace?
character know if the wolves in these worlds are, if the werewolves of this world are either natural or unnatural beings?
Yeah, you would know that there are like clans of werewolves that are just werewolves. They're not humans that have been turned into werewolves, and they're generally fine. They're like they don't hunt people. They hunt in the woods, but they don't. They're not.
Well, no,
evil.
I'm not asking what they hunt, just whether or not if I know that these particular werewolves, or at least this one, is a natural or unnatural creature.
Yeah, it's a natural creature. So like it's something that happens without magical stuff.
Okay.
How many werewolves are there? I ask him.
In the pack, there's the Lord, and then there was 5, but now we have 2 more. So, and you see him struggling with numbers. He's like,
Yes, I think I get it.
okay, yes. Do not go there. The Lord is insane. He's not how he used to be.
How was he before?
Well, we didn't used to eat people.
Well, that's a big difference.
He's whipped the pack into a frenzy. He's making us go on hunts to hunt people and kill them and tear their eyes out. It's wrong. It's unnatural.
I take a few steps closer to the werewolf, and I actually lay my hand on him. Not in an aggressive manner, but I lay my hand on him just to make physical contact and go, as a fellow beast, wouldn't you want to restore the natural order? The breath of nature has left this place.
Yes. I hate it. I was able to resist him, but the others, they're like animals.
I tilt my head and go, no. An animal would know better.
Yes, you're right. They're like monsters.
How long has this been going on? I ask him.
Um, months. The forest wasn't like this. It was cold, but it was natural. And then these creatures started appearing, and undead, and all sorts of evil hangs about the place.
Do you know where this corruption came from?
No, I think that there's a force that Swiftblades read out. Something has moved into the fortress. Something powerful.
Turn
I
to
know,
yellow.
I know that Lord Gunn, our Lord, has gone there several times.
I'll tilt my head slightly to the right, still not letting go of the physical contact I'm having with this werewolf, and go, I'm here to restore natural order. What assistance could you offer?
I think you need to kill the Lord. I think that's the only way. Otherwise, you'll have to go to the castle and see what's there. I don't know what it is, but if it can control the Lord, then it's very powerful.
But if it still remains, even after the Lord is destroyed, it will continue to corrupt other people and cause this to happen again. I think we should destroy the source of the corruption rather than than the good people that it has corrupted.
Yes, but they're killing people every night. They go to the town and they take someone.
Death is the natural order of life.
I could come with you, show you the way to the castle if you like. Maybe you could talk some sense into the Lord. I don't know, but
Friends.
I worry.
Yeah, I use my hand to just tap on him, and just withdraw my hand and go, point in the right direction.
Were you going to say something, Paul?
Oh, just my original hunt was of a vampire that I had heard rumor had taken up refuge in Swiftblade's readout. It could be this very same one that is influencing the werewolves this day.
A vampire! And you see he's like freaked out by that, really, really worried and nervous. A vampire? No, that can't be. There hasn't been one for thousands of years. We have stories in the pack of the last vampire.
This seems to have you worried, friend.
Tell us of these tales. What has gotten you so spooked?
It was a long, long time ago. I was not even here. The Lord wasn't even here. But there was a vampire and he controlled this whole place, the whole forest. And he had an army of undead and he conquered our people and he made us fight. Then the humans came and they beat him back, restored the natural order.
Well,
It sounds like
a legend
he made
I've heard.
Well, we are adventurers just like those, and we carry the tools that they used to banish the vampire last time. It is my understanding that with these tools, we will stand a much greater chance of defeating this vampire once and for all, and releasing your lord from his captivity and restoring order.
Yes, that would be right. Well, I can show you the way to the castle. I don't know. Maybe you can talk to the Lord, convince him of what's going on, or maybe you just want to go.
I stepped back to Illidan, and the other druid. I guess we have two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. And do you guys trust this werewolf? I'm not very fond of the beast, but he seems
Razortooth, who
trustworthy.
got better acquainted with him, or look at him with a questioning gaze, rather.
If you guys want to roll an insight check, you can see if he's on the level or not.
Yeah, sure.
Not very good.
I think that I would probably roll.
I got 14.
Yeah, I only got a 6.
15.
All right, with a 15, it seems like he's totally genuine. He's really worried about his people. He just wants this to stop. You know, he's told you that things weren't always like this, and he means it.
Well, I turn to the rest of the party and I say, perhaps I was wrong in my initial judgment, in my initial fear. This beast seems to tell the truth. I think that in this case that we should allow him to show us the way and forgive the evil that they have been forgive that they have been corrupted by something and hopefully restore order.
Yeah, I look over my shoulder back at Fairway, and I tell him, had you not known me before, you would have feared my favorite form as well.
That is true.
Yeah.
He says, I can show you the way to the castle, but it is extremely dangerous. Only the Lord goes there. He never brings any of us with him. And always he comes back with scars.
It'll be even more dangerous for you if you are lying to us.
He's like taking him. I'm not. He puts his hands up again. I'm not. I just want your help.
Could I
Custom.
I just want to start sniffing him like an animal.
Mhm.
Seeing if I maybe could use my knowledge of nature and experience in the wilds to see if I could smell a genuine sense of fear.
Yep.
Good idea.
You're gonna sniff his butt.
13.
Yeah,
So
he's
just give him a minute.
yeah. Fear is a really pungent smell to those who can smell it, and you definitely smell it on him. He's nervous. He's really he's looking for your help.
After a few minutes of, I tap him on the back, a friendly tap on the back, and just start walking forward in the
Yeah,
general direction we were walking beforehand.
as you're sniffing him, he's also, and he's like, he makes the assumption that you're on the level. You're not going to kill him. Okay.
It's puppy love.
So he says, do you want to go to the Lord, or do you want to go to the castle?
The castle.
I suggest we go to the castle.
Castle.
I raise my hand and say, I'm with Ro.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we do not have to slay your lord, I would prefer to only destroy the unnatural thing.
Yes, okay. All right, well, follow me. And he starts to bound off.
Okay, so we're following.
Okay. He leads you away from where you were walking, back towards where you came from, and you're able to travel. You hear howls, and he looks terrified when he hears them, but he leads you away, and he seems to be just one step ahead of them. When he hears the howls, he knows where they are. He leads you through. Eventually, you come to like a hill. You come to a hill that juts out of the forest, and you're able to see for miles around. You can see not far ahead of you is this castle. It's more like a big tower, with like a mansion sort of thing next to it, and you can see that all the trees around it are dead, and that there's like a sort of green mist on the ground, and then you notice a glow behind you, and you see that the village is aflame, entirely aflame, where you came from. It's totally on fire, and that's not good. The wolf says, "Come, we must not dawdle. We must go."
Oh, shit.
Oh, I didn't give the village a second look.
Okay. You carry on towards the castle, and on your way, you basically the tree line stops, and then it becomes sparse, dead trees. And just at that tree line, the wolf stops and and he kind of looks around, and he wanders off in one direction, and he eventually gets somewhere, and he goes, oh no, come look.
Where do I go?
All right, you see some heads. You see that the head of the town master, of Captain Randolph, and about 10 rangers are there with no eyes and no tongues.
Oh shit!
What?
Fuck. Fuckity fuck.
This is vile. This is dark magics.
Oh, not Randolph. He was kind of cool.
Tiptoeing
This is a
through
badass.
the courses to find out if there's anything useful on the dead bodies.
It's just heads.
Well,
There's no bodies.
Yeah,
Oh, just the heads are there. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Tiptoe
I
would
lay
be-
a hand. Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother.
I just lay a hand on the tree to see if there's some sort of magic involved in this area that I can feel.
You notice immediately that there is a particularly large tree there, and that one is giving off an aura. It's much like the one that you saw last time, like a big oak tree, but this one seems to be a bit gnarled and corrupted.
I'm guessing I can see abyssal runes.
You certainly can.
Great.
Can you inspect the bodies to see what kind of wounds would, or what kind of weapons would?
It's just the heads. It looks like they've been torn from
Torn off.
yeah, and the eyes have been ripped out and the tongues are gone as well.
I walk over to the tree at the base and start snapping my finger. Anytime a bigger spark comes out,
Hmm.
and I drag my finger around the bottom of the tree, setting a light with reduced flame.
Okay. And you're burning the bodies or the heads?
The head's in the tree.
Yeah. Okay. The tree kind of very slowly starts to crackle, and there's this awful smell as it does. But it does eventually start to take fire. It burns a little bit, and then it goes out.
Shit.
So the wolf says, "We must not dawdle. It is day now." And you look at the sky, and you can see it's entirely grey, and it is daytime, but barely. And he says, if it's a vampire, day is the best time to go.
Let's go quickly then.
Okay, so now, guys, we can either stop here, right, and do another part, or it would be like another hour and a half. So I think we'll probably stop and do another one.
I don't know. I kind of want to continue.
It's up to you guys. I'm good for continuing.
I'm good for continuing. If get a little break, I need to walk my dogs and shit like that for the last time.
If there's a big break, I wouldn't be able to.
Uh,
Just because
Yeah,
like 10 minutes.
my limit.
It's pretty late where we are as well, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I can do another one during the week or the next weekend.
yeah,
Um,
I'm good for any other day actually. I mean, it's 4 in the morning here.
Right, that's fair enough. Okay, well, we'll break here and we'll do part 3. This was meant to be like a one-shot, but it's becoming a little mini campaign. I'm pretty pleased about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's been fun.
awesome.
Because
Okay,
okay,
so
the
yeah,
players are a bit clueless.
part 3 will be the vampire.
Bum, bum, bum.
So let me get this straight. This
It
is
is a vampire.
now the original society. Are they actually werewolves?
The original? No, the people of the village. No.
No, like okay. See, what I was thinking is the vampire, because I always thought a vampire, like if you get bitten, you become a vampire, not a werewolf.
What happens if
So
a
I
vampire
thought
has
like a society of talking werewolves got bit by a vampire, which would be an interesting combination of crazy shit.
You're not sure what's going on yet. You can't really figure it out yet. The wolf doesn't know, and you certainly don't know what's going on yet. You'll have to investigate next time.
God damn it.
Yeah, because my character's just like tiptoeing around saying, "What the fuck did I get myself into?"
Yep. It goes all the way to the top.
You're not alone, man. You are not alone.
Holding a head in her palm, she's just looking like, "What in the world is going on?"
So next time will be a haunted house type situation. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, sweet.
That'd be cool.
Okay, just before we go to the
Yeah.
next week, What is the house made of?
What is the house made of? It looks like it's stonework, big, huge slabs of stone. It looks like more like a fortress than a house.
Okay, so I can't burn it down then.
No, definitely not. Worth a shot, though. Absolutely. Okay, we'll end it here. Everyone who's watching, thank you for watching. My name is Yarl DM. This is my channel. Nelson is the channel. Infinite Roleplay. I don't think anyone else has the channel.
I've got a Twitch.
You got
Peace
Twitch?
out, everybody.
Yep.
Known at the Bees, isn't it?
No, not the Beast 28.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and see you next time.